is 5 on Your Side at 6. Focused on you.
Students at a South City school protested today against a proposed marijuana dispensary directly across the street. They say there is no place for cannabis in their community. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
I'm Kelly Jackson, and All Red is off tonight. 5 on Your Side's Holden Kawicki has spent the last week speaking with concerned school leaders at Live for Life Academy. He is live in Soulard, where students sent a message this afternoon.
Well, Kelly and Mike, it was exactly 1 week ago that the owners of the proposed Kind Goods dispensary actually pulled their permit for a proposed drive-through at their dispensary as a show of good faith to the school. However, when I spoke with students today, they told me that's not enough. They want the whole plan for the dispensary to be scrapped altogether.
Every day, Paige Fowler commutes 20 minutes from her North County home to Live for Life Academy for one reason.
Because I feel like it had a family vibe.
However, Fowler is concerned the vibe in Soulard would change if a dispensary is allowed to open up across the street.
So just imagine when the elementary school kids are going across the street to the Soulard Market Park, what they might be walking past every day.
That's why Live for Life students are mobilizing, making sure their voices are heard.
Weed is not a need, and it's never going to be a need. Weed will slow your brain down and it kills your brain cells. Please don't let it do it.
What are we teaching our kids? What are we showing the kids? Marijuana is normal. I get that it's legal, but kids shouldn't be seeing that every single day.
Missouri law requires a specific distance between dispensaries and schools, but the city of St. Louis opted out of that law a few years ago. Alderwoman Kara Spencer recently told school leaders she would look into how other Missouri cities have handled distance requirements for dispensaries and liquor stores near schools, like Globe Drugs, which is owned by a relative of Live for Life Academy's executive director.
Primarily not a difference. Drugs are drugs either way it goes. We really don't want nothing close to here, but we'll try to make the stands here. We'll start here, and then we'll build on later.
On Your Side has sent multiple requests for comment to the Kind Goods ownership group, and Live for Life students recently sent them a letter, but they have yet to respond.
At this point, they can't ignore us.
The main issue here, we really just don't want it close to the school. As long as you can make it farther away, we'll have no issue.
I spoke with 8th Ward Alderperson Kara Spencer by phone earlier today. She told me the city is taking those concerns to heart, and they're actually allocating $1 million of American Rescue Plan funds towards studying zoning issues here in the city. Reporting live in Soulard, Holden Kawicki, 5 on Your Side.
A Lincoln County family says a neighbor may have saved their lives after a fire destroyed everything they own. Flames raced through their home last night in a subdivision just a few miles south of Troy. 5 on Your Side's Annie Kroll spoke to the couple today and has more from the scene of the fire.
Jake and Tylen Mix didn't know there weren't any fire hydrants in their neighborhood until they said it was too late. The closest fire hydrant to Hickory Knoll Drive in this subdivision south of Troy, Missouri, was 4 to 5 miles away. They moved here in 2020 after growing up together in O'Fallon and getting married in 2019. Jake was inside with their 1-year-old and 3-year-old daughters last night when his neighbor knocked on his door, saying his garage was on fire. What he did next?
I just really got out. I got out. I mean, that's pretty much it. You kind of just go into shock in a way and don't really think about too much.
About 10 minutes later, this is what the Mix house looked like. Lincoln County Fire Protection District 1 sharing this video with us when they arrived on scene at about 6:30.
I live about 7 miles from here, and as soon as I got on the main highway, I could actually see the smoke. So we knew immediately we had a working fire. We knew that it was a very rural area, so immediately we started asking for extra tankers to show up.
This is the garage door of the Lincoln County family home that was engulfed in flames on Wednesday night after a propane tank went up in flames. The 2 little girls with their father ran out the door without even having shoes on. The family telling me that they lost family possessions like baby books that they'll never be able to get back.
I was just happy to wake up and have my husband and both my girls.
It's a lot, but we were playing with our girls this morning, and what can you do, you know?
Yeah, and they're both fine. They don't even know what happened.
A GoFundMe page has been started on behalf of the Mix to help try and replace the items they've lost as they continue to work with insurance in the coming days. In Lincoln County, Annie Kroll, 5 on Your Side.
The St. Louis Board of Aldermen President Megan Green is suing the city of St. Louis. Green initially filed a lawsuit in federal court 5 years ago and is now moving her lawsuit to state court. She claims police fired tear gas at her and others in the Central West End without warning and without cause. Green was at a protest that erupted after a judge acquitted former St. Louis police officer Jason Stockley of murder. The city has already paid out about $10 million in similar claims connected to the protests. Green's attorney has represented most of the protesters.
The case law on First Amendment claims has changed over the last few years. There are things within federal court that allow these cases to drag on for years and years. We're 6 years since the abuse occurred, and there are a lot of different reasons to be in city court.
A spokesperson for the mayor's office says the city doesn't comment on pending litigation.
A new health center opened in Ferguson today with the goal of closing a healthcare gap in North St. Louis County.
Ainia unveiled the multi-million-dollar center right next to the Ferguson YMCA. Justina Coronel was at the celebration and joins us in studio with details. Justina?
Kelly, so speakers today said this is a big moment for North St. Louis County to focus on health equity and health justice. This multi-million-dollar facility now aims to serve the underserved. It's music to their ears to celebrate change in North St. Louis County.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Ainia's new health center found a home in Ferguson, providing affordable primary and preventative health needs. It sits right next door with Emerson YMCA, a new partnership to cover every aspect of health. The 15,000 square foot space gives access to medical, behavioral, and dental care. Midwives will be on site too.
That's how we make generational change. We have wraparound services.
Wrapping their arms around Ferguson, Ainia aims to close the gap on healthcare deserts here.
It would also be remiss if we didn't mention, that Ferguson played a huge part in the Black Lives Matter movement, and that health justice, health equity is essential to racial justice, racial equity. We do believe that midwifery and nursing, healthcare is part of the solution to celebrating Black life.
The center is led by Black medical professionals, and 2 North St. Louis County natives return home, serving as doctors in the community that shaped them.
Happy to be home.
Delwood is special for Dr. Aisha Draper.
My mom moved into a house in Delwood a month before I was born, so raised in North County. She's still in the same house.
And Dr. Christia Abernathy is excited to return.
Me coming back to North County, that's kind of why they hired me, to come back here to this neighborhood. This is where I always wanted to serve, so it's always been a dream of mine to come back and work in North County.
A dream to give back to the place that gave them so much. Now they're ready to be a part of the change in their hometown.
Just to know that anything's possible.
Now, the addition of midwives was crucial in this space. Ainia officials say they realize there's a lack of women's wellness services in North County, and this is one way to assist.